Hi, I'm Ahmed Tahir. I'm a third year student, and this is my presentation on Markdown. So, as everybody else, I started out taking notes on paper, but now I do not use paper at all. The only time I use paper is for exams. So, obviously, one of my struggles was writing notes, scribbling them and rewriting them. Some teacher tells a repeated concept, I'd write in that page as well, and then I just ended up with a pile of books like this. How many of you have your 12th grade notes till now? Okay, you guys are different breed, right? So this is what I wanted to avoid. All this, when I converted them into digital format, my entire second year notes just combined up to 5 MB, that's it. And I'll be teaching you guys how to reach there. So everybody's familiar with Word. You use Word for your reports, but you know how irritating it is when you make one change and the entire document just shifts and you gotta readjust everything. And there'll be one header that's like 12 pixels and another header that's like 18 pixels, and your professor is like, why is it like this? Then some people shift to Google Docs because it's more convenient, you can collaborate. Then again the same issues where you make one change and everything just shifts. The solution? Firstly, let's go to the purpose of notes. Notes is just a subset of this talk, right? And the main thing is you think notes is just for collecting information. But no, it's for collecting information that is just useful. There's no point in this current world and current time to record everything that you see. So you got to understand your notes, you got to link it with other ideas, and you should be able to retrieve them. Right now, if you tell me, can you show me what notes you took in 12th grade computer science, I can show you in 5 minutes. The same thing if I had in paper, I had to go home, find it in my scrap, and hopefully it will be there. Right. And you should be able to use them. If you don't use your notes, then you just wasted time writing them. So right. This is my research notes. For this talk, it's a bit complicated, but these are all my research notes I've taken so far in the last year. So let's look at Python. And we can see how Python is related to all other concepts. Right. And to reach this stage, we got to first learn what something called as Markdown. Now what is Markdown? Markdown is a markup language that is used for rendering documents into HTML, PDF, and so many other formats. Markdown is text-based, which means that it's human readable. So you don't even need any application for using it. You just need Notepad to take the notes. The only time you need any application or an external program is to render the notes into some other format, which I'll be demonstrating. And another thing is that it's open source. So you do not have to depend on Microsoft. You do not have to depend on Google to access your notes. If tomorrow, let's say, all my research notes are in Word documents, and one day Microsoft says, no, you cannot have support to these because you lost your license, all my research notes are lost. But with Markdown, it's not like that. All the notes I've taken are in text, pure text. So even if it's a 1990s computer, you can still be able to open them in text format. The only issue is that you won't be able to see the beautiful stylings with them, but at least you'll have the content. So it separates the content from the formatting, which I'll be showing. So you can focus heavily on the content of the notes. And you can create high quality equations like these. They're so cute and nice. This is made by something called as LaTeX, which I'll be showing. And another thing is, using Markdown, we can extract useful insights, like the graph I had shown you, and also for creating summaries, which is kind of out of the scope, but I'll tell you if there's a time. And another cool thing that is going to be the assignment for you guys is to create a static site generator, create a static site, which Surya will be explaining what the assignment is later. So now let's go. So remember I told you about the static site generator? So I used Markdown, I just wrote plain text, and I converted using an app into this. And notice how all the headers are the same font size, the subheaders are the same font size, the codes are nicely indented. So stuff like this you will get using Markdown. So Markdown again is a simple markup language, and all you got to do is just use simple notations to inform the renderer. Renderer is something that converts your code into something prettier. Right. So in video, if you're going to render a video, you're going to convert a poor video in something that you like better. So a header 1 you specify using hashtag. Header 2 is specified using hashtag, double hashtag, and so on. But when you're using this editor that I'm going to show you, you do not have to worry about that. I'll show you some shortcuts to do it. And for a paragraph, all you got to do is just type. And for numbered list, you got to do 1, 2. And for unordered list, you got to just do hyphen. So now I'm going to show the demo. The main thing about Markdown and using this system is that it reduces friction in take notes. All my college notes are taken using only Markdown. I barely ever use my notebook, and the only time I use my notebook is only for complex questions where I need to practice for the exam. So let's make some notes. I'm going to show you a demo now. One more thing, you guys must have received a mail regarding the installation instructions, and you must have received the resources for the event. So if any of you did not receive, just raise your hand and one of the facilitators will come help you out. Check your college mail. Yes, you do not have to follow the demo I'm going to show you. You can do it on your own, but if you feel like it's helpful, you can just always follow along. Any questions so far? Any questions? I'm not that great at explaining. Okay.
Is the timeline being followed?
Yeah. Just show me the timeline. I think I'm way early.
Way behind.
How?
So it's fine.
12:30 I said we'll start. So if I could get your attention, I'm going to show you how you can easily create Markdown notes. So we're going to be using something. Okay, you guys are installing it. It's okay. Hello.
0122.
Yeah, sure, I'll send you. This is F 22
0122. You are Muhammad Ali.
Sir, didn't receive the installation.
Who?
Sir.
Santhosh Kumar?
Sir.
Which sir? Santhosh, yeah. What sir? Just point at him, no. You should ask.
Fine.
Santhosh Kumar. So did you must, so
2020 173.
one at a time. So what's your email?
My name. Good headset दिया भैया.
Array, it won't work. It won't. Hidayatullah? Hidayatullah. So can I send a college email? Okay, fine.
Same. Yeah, only you Hidayatullah you type it.
Okay, fine. It didn't work, yeah. Lol. What? F 2020?
173.
173. Did he register?
No, he's not registered.
Okay. Anmol. Hidayatullah. So yes, I sent it. Then, yeah.
Seven minutes to download that mark text. The speed is in KBs.
Devika ma'am, did you receive the mail?
If you want, you can try.
Anmol, while I'm doing the demo here, start taking attendance. While I'm doing demo, start taking attendance.
No, that will be at after 1 year because more people will come in.
Correct.
So, yeah.
We are way too fast here today.
Yeah.
I finished it quickly because it was simple.
Yeah, so the thing is, what happens to people who have already downloaded mark test and they're asking how do you run it?
How do you run it?
That you will explain, yeah, no, wait.
The Wi-Fi connection is shit.
Yeah. 30. But how it installs like 5 minutes.
Start right now.
Yeah, it's fine. I just covered what is the purpose of this talk.
Have you registered?
It's okay. You can attend it. Just register because we can give you certificates. Who? 2020-049.
It's going 4 hours to download.
We'll wait, yeah, what to do?
I told him to try different.
Okay, best bro, are we dumb? USB I have, no?
You have USB.
But like I don't trust it to go through every computer, yeah?
It doesn't have anything personal.
Yeah, it has all my work. It's a backup of all my work. I have another backup at home, but like...
Another backup है ना, so it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
जिसका भी download नहीं हो रहा, we'll just give them the just show it to me.
This is this computer, yeah?
Just a second, we'll give you a USB.
30 minutes, 20.
USB will give. You have USB?
No.
Husam, you have USB? USB?
We can go buy them from the mini mart, like 10.
Yeah.
Like GDSC, trash legal.
How much do you think it is? You actually should we buy USB for, and we will need it for future also, yeah?
10, 20, no, mini mart.
मिलता है क्या?
We'll buy?
It's fine, it's better.
We'll buy it, yeah.
अच्छा, listen.
How much?
Buy 5.
Is there 5 is
How
enough?
much GB?
अरे, it's fine.
Buy minimum.
Minimum is fine.
So many people install, yeah? We are way ahead of schedule anyway. Check the schedule.
People can show posters and
Okay, fine.
Facing an issue. We have the download time is a lot.
My guy is in another. You tell him.
The download time is lost.
He's telling us now. That's why we're gonna buy USB.
Oh, so that you can
Transfer it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What about this USB?
I don't want to use it. It's fine.
Are you going to use it now? This thing will be faster now. At least 1-2 systems. I'll be there. Don't worry.
No, I don't trust the college vibe.
Arey, don't worry. Just show me at least which folder it is. So at least I'll do it for them.
Yeah. Starting attendance.
Starting attendance.
But like at the end we have to ask because more people will join the next hour. I think this is not encoded for macOS, the formatting. But I always use it, yeah. Yeah, got it. For those of you whose download is not working, we'll arrange a USB, don't worry. Okay. I am going to keep it here in this folder only, okay?
Which folder? This is the basic one, no?
The open folder, the main, just as soon as you plug it, it will be there. Please.
Okay, so I don't need it.
And I am being super paranoid because I spent a lot of money for this because 256 GB ejected every time. Riddhi? Should I show a demo or something? Or because not everybody is installed, yeah?
yeah, but doing something like what?
How many of you, can you show your hands, raise your hands if you are not able to install it yet?
It's installing.
It's installing, but how much time is this saying? Huh?
It's supposed to be only 5 minutes download, so whoever is having issues like 1 hour or something, you're arranging USB,
Yeah, I'm arranging USB, so...
you could move on to another PC.
Oh, is that fine? Or is it okay with you guys if we just start showing the demo and like I can re-explain because we're wasting time? Yeah, you guys can do something. Is that okay? Okay. So we're going to be looking at the basics. The first thing would be headers, right? You got to do is a /, @ and you're going to show you what you want. So you're going to just click this. This is how you would use if you don't know the syntax, but I would highly recommend learning the syntax, right? So you can either do that or you can just type a hashtag followed by a space, right? I'm going to show it again. You can either do a hashtag followed by a space for a header, Or you can do @ and it will show you, and you can just search for whatever you require. Is that cool? So next one. Let's look at header 2. Just a double hashtag and whatever you want. So how is this going to look? This is going to look smaller than a header 1, but larger than a paragraph. Okay? So notice how all the headers are coherent. So if possible, we could do a follow-up version, or I can send you an email on how to do more advanced things. But the general concept is you have a style sheet. A style sheet will target each of these elements and style them in a particular way so they all look coherent. That way you don't have any issue, and you don't have to, one thing, look how clean this is compared to Word. There's no buttons, nothing. You can just focus on your content. And let's just say you're just writing a big paragraph, you're writing a report, all you got to do is just focus on the content. You don't have to worry about buttons. Right. So now let's go to basic stuff like bold, italics. So again, you can always use the helper. You can just search for italics. Wait, is it? Bold. So for bold, you gotta do double asterisks, right? This is whatever you write between these 4 asterisks is what becomes bold. So you got them? Huh? Okay, fine. So this is bold, and if you want something italicized, you type single asterisk, type your content, and another asterisk, right? Basic stuff. So again, as soon as you click the next line, it hides. So you can just focus on the content. That's the main thing I'm trying to explain here. Is everybody following along? Was anybody not able to follow along? Would you like me to repeat it? Okay, no issues. Okay, so I'm going to be showing bold. So this is, so to bold something, you're going to do double asterisk followed by another double asterisk, and this is going to denote a bold character, bold word. And it doesn't have to be only a word. Done?
I need different USB, the new one.
What?
The new USB.
It's out of stock. Yeah. So this is bold, and let's say, and this as well, right? Notice how whatever is enclosed between these double asterisks and this double asterisk is bold. Is that okay with everyone? If you have any doubt, you can always contact the facilitators. Devi, come on. And the same thing for italics. You type this is right. So whatever is enclosed within single asterisks will be considered as italicized. You don't have to put a space. For asterisks, you don't have to. Huh? Header, the hashtag you mean? Yeah. One more tip I'd give, that if you have a trouble remembering the syntax, you can type whatever. You can type whatever, select the text, and it go in marked text. It shows you a preview. So if you want it bold or italicized, it will show you. So you can learn as you use it. So this helps your transition from Word and Google Docs to Markdown. So I'll just give you guys a few minutes and we'll proceed to the next topic. Take attendance, yeah?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. I keep forgetting. Do you know what this is for?
Yeah. To hold the wire down. To hold the wire.
Huh?
To hold the wire here.
Ah.
1 asterisk is for bold.
No, 2 asterisks is for bold, 1 asterisk is for italics.
What laptop is
Asus Zephyrus, I think.
this? Nice power
You're
button.
blocking it.
They had 16 GB USBs, but they would have to order it for us, like in the storeroom somewhere, let's say.
They don't have any other USBs, nothing, not even 1 GB.
They had, but it got over. So they haven't restocked it. They have memory cards there.
What is the schedule?
You put it in the our group or
Yeah, check, show you. Because my phone is inside, yeah. Markdown syntax 12:30, so we're on time. So we have another 20 minutes. Just a minute. Yeah, type.
So basically, I made it a table,
Ah.
but like, how can I like write something above the table or on the side of the table, something like that?
So the thing is, I'll come. You can increase the font size. Why is it so small?
How do I increase?
This one thing about Mark text is the shortcut is kind of bad. I don't know. It doesn't have a shortcut for zoom in. I don't know why. Okay. Okay. So you want something as the header of this?
And also on the side.
Okay. I do not believe that's possible because the whole reason is you never want a table in the middle of the line if you're writing a report.
But like,
Because you want it, you can add more configuration, but default out of the box does not support that. Because very rarely do you need something by the side of a markdown, by the side of a table. And if you want something on top of the table as a title,
yeah.
is that it? Usually how I do is just create this table about this. That's how I usually do it. I understand the one, I will come to that. One of the things is it is not as easy to do particular things as Word. But then again, you never would require a title for a table unless it's for a very specific report, which I'll be explaining how to do that as well later. Okay? So any other doubt you have?
No, that's okay. I just wanted to know how to put like in the side or something like that. That's why.
Actually, I've never thought of that. I'll check and let you know, okay? When I send the form at the end, they'll be saying, were there any questions that were not answered? You can just put it there and I'll reply to you. Okay? Hi.
Can I do the hashtag header thing?
Yeah. So only hashtag is the exception.
Yeah.
You put hashtag, a space, and then that.
Okay, thanks.
Cool? Okay guys, let's go to the next topic. Alright, so we're done with headers and basic emphasis. So emphasis is something you want something to pop out. So we did bold and italics. Move. The next thing we are doing is we're going to be going into lists. Okay. So the two types of main lists that we have in Markdown is ordered list and unordered list. A good question that guy asked was that I was going to tell at the end of the talk, but I thought maybe I'll tell it now itself, is that you do not have particular features in Markdown without adding more customizability. He asked me, how do I put something on the side of a table? That is not exactly supported, right? That is done supported out of the box, but you can add more settings to change that. The reason why is that Markdown is meant to be something that you can just focus and write. And you want something more powerful, use something else, which I'll show you at the end of the talk. I'll send some extended reading if you guys are really interested in this. Alright, so we're going to go into the list now. So for a list, for an unordered list, you're going to do hyphen, space, and then item, whatever you want. Alright, so I'm going to show again. So by default in these Markdown editors, if you type an item and you go next, it gives you the bullet. Alright, but let's just say you don't want that. I'm going to show again, you put a hyphen, a space, and then type your item. Alright, and for an ordered list, you're going to type whatever number you want as the first number. So I want my list to start at, I say 3. I say 3 dot space, hi. and so list keeps going on. All right. So let's say I want my list to start at 6. So I'll say Tahir. 7 is the best. All right. So another cool thing is, notice how the first number becomes the first number of the list. All right. So I'll give you guys 2 more minutes and you can proceed to the next topic. Oh yeah, should I show nested as well? Nested links, is that what you're asking? Okay. So the next thing, cool idea this guy gives, another thing you can do is create nested lists. Let's say you want first item, then you want a list underneath that. So let's say Tahir. So under Tahir I can click enter. So I'll show you again. You have the list item, click enter. So you got a new list item. You got a new list item. Now you click tab. All right, tab. It's just above the caps lock. Right? You click tab and it creates a list underneath that as well. All right. So if that's not possible, you click enter. And I believe there's an option here. I usually use shortcuts, so I'm not sure. Let me just check. Paragraph. Okay. So I think there's no option in this editor. Another editor I use is where there's an option. But in this, if you want a nested list, you got to do an enter and a tab. All right. Okay. And this, yeah. Could you repeat the question?
So the nested numbers, they're the same format. Or something like it. You can't select a bullet points or
Yes.
they will come as numbers itself in the same form.
So that's another good question. So again, to make Markdown as simple as possible to reduce the barrier of entry, the default implementation does not have these options. If you want more advanced where it automatically goes into, I really wanted to connect to my laptop to show my notes. Unfortunately, there's an issue with the projector. The reason I have my own settings where the first header is just a header. The second header will automatically have a line above it. So you can do all these stylings, but this is too advanced for this talk, so I didn't explain it. But you can do it in Markdown. It is possible using a style sheet. It will be part of the extended learning that I will send as a mail. All right. So next thing we're going to be going to is our links. All right. Okay, so let's just say I want to go to a particular link. So let's say Instagram. Surya, is the link correct? Is this the correct way? How do I go? Instagram? That's fine. I just want to view it, no? Bruh.
Exactly, you have to log in.
Huh? That's too much effort. Yeah, do it perfect. Imagine I click show password. Yo. Wait. GDSC. So if you haven't followed already, make sure you follow. But first thing, we're going to look at how to make a link. Let's just say I'm creating a report and I want people to click on this, go to GDSC website. So to create a link, if you copy paste the link, it will automatically come as a link like this. It automatically gets the title of the page and puts that as a title. So when you click somewhere else, let's say click enter. right? It goes away. So you just look at the title of the link, all right? But let's say you want a customized title, then you can always go to this, all right, and change the title what do you want. Yeah.
Please show how do you exit out the nested list?
Exit out of an list means like you want.
The numbers keep on coming through.
Can I come there?
Yeah, sure.
You guys work on making the links. I'll be back.
You got item 1
Yeah.
nested, double enter.
Yeah.
You want to get out of both of these.
Yeah. Another enter. Oh, wait.
Now, okay, it's not happening.
Okay. Well, can I take it 1 minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So here you want to exit the entire list. Is that right? So you click enter. Okay. Now since they are in the list, you want. How do I say? You want to enter a list? You click tab.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't explain that, correct?
See, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
So if you want to enter a list, you click tab. You want to exit, you click shift tab. Or backspace. Either should work. Should work. Why is it not working?
That's in my case is working.
But
Same
like,
thing I did for him.
this is the first time I'm
Double
noticing.
Enter, it worked. Same thing I did for him, double enter. It exited out and nested as well. So then
This is
even
why I
for-
never do-
Same thing, no? Yeah. It's like system specific issue.
That's why I never do live demos. Okay, paragraph. Okay. This is like the what's the word in Hindi? If you do what is the word, man? You do if let's say you're making a project and you just do something randomly. Okay, fine. This is a broken fix. Okay.
Okay.
So you click the item, you click it and say format. Okay, paragraph.
And then you click on.
Unclick bullet list, but it's not supposed to be this hard.
It's supposed to be this hard, yeah.
I will check on this and what you can do is when we send the feedback in the submission form, you put a question there. Can you tell me why it happened? And I'll reply to it.
Keep the tab.
So like this link I like did the copy paste method, yeah. But then this one I typed it myself like using the square brackets, but for some reason it does not work. What is the reason for that?
Is it because
Does it need the HTTP?
good question. So it's going to be a www dot or now it should work. It doesn't? Okay, that's okay. I'll tell that. Thank you for asking. Because see, there's some things I do on my own, right? I don't think about all this. For me, it's like obviously I always put HTTPS.
Yeah.
But yeah, control click for clicking the link. Okay. Guys, regarding the link, a good question the student asked was, if you create a link on your own, so let's just say and you create a link, or what is it, href, hyperlink. Okay, so you create a square bracket to create the link and a round bracket to enter the link actually. So let's say I want Instagram. This will not work, alright? You need something called as HTTP or HTTPS. That's how the application will know it's a link. If you don't put this, the application will think it's a file within your folder, alright? Yeah.
Still the same thing. It's showing the whole link and it's not showing anything.
Oh no, you can always change it. That's maybe the website does not have a title, so you can click this. Oh, okay. So when you copy paste it, it did not add the title link.
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes it does not work because maybe the website did not have a proper title. All right. So how you create a link is a square bracket, okay, followed by round brackets. Okay. And then you copy paste your link here. And put whatever you want as the title. Alright?
Yeah. Thank you.
The link can put under it. They have a
without it, so you can put GitHub and then oh no, not like this. Let's go to the next line. This is to it.
This is the title of the text, title of the link. Yeah. So if you click somewhere else, you will say enter. Now it will be the link. So you can either you can either double click it or this. Yeah. What is not inserting? What is not inserting?
Link.
The link came, no? Is it not? Oh, there's a space here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, see, it's like a programming language, na? So it doesn't know that. Oh, is this what you actually want to type? If you actually want to type brackets, right? How will it know? It will think it's a link. To prevent that, they made it that if you have square brackets, followed immediately by round brackets, it's a link. All right? Yeah, there's a space. I'll go to the next topic, yeah? Rename the link. Alright. So you have your link, you just tap there, single tap. And now this is your link title and this is your actual link. This is where your browser will open. So you type something here, let's say Manchester, and when you click out, it becomes the link of the title of the text. Title of the link. Okay. Next thing, what we really need are code blocks for computer science. All right. So now is the cool part. I'm going to be going to math equations, code blocks, on flowcharts, all through just text. All right. So let's look at equations. So for an equation, you type at equation or math. Yeah. So for math equations, you can either type shift 4, that is $, enter, and whatever you want, right? For this syntax, I will teach you some basics, but because this itself is a separate topic, I have shared the document to you. All right? So I'm going to be showing another way to do this. You type @ okay, and then you type math. So I'll show you display math. You click that button. Now it creates something called as a math block for you, and whatever you type here is rendered as math. Okay. Let's say I want to create integral. So this is something called as a programming, a typesetting language called as LaTeX. All right. So whatever you type here, x will be rendered as mathematical x. So you got x plus 2 equal to c. All right. It's rendered differently. Is that clear for everybody? Anybody has any questions? Yeah. You can either do $, enter, and automatically it will give you the other $. Or you can do @ math, enter, and it will give you the block. So I'll be showing some basic equations which might not be possible to cover, not all possible equations are possible in this talk. So I'll be showing some basic stuff. Alright. So let's say you want a square. So you type x, exponent 2. So automatically renders it to you in a nice way. Alright. So x raised to 2, like how you would represent it on a like a computer science program, it gets rendered as x square, like how would you write it. So LaTeX is what we are using. LaTeX is what we are using for typesetting these formulas. So LaTeX is called as a typesetting language. Would you like me to move on, or do you guys want 2 minutes? Okay. Okay. What do you want to move?
I want to move to the left.
Yeah, you want it in the middle of the page, like in your text. All right. So I was going to come to that. Good question. Okay. So these are called as math block. Okay. These are equations that are very important that you want in the middle of the page. But let's just say you want something that's in the middle of the line. Okay. So how you're going to do that is, this is equation of a circle. and you don't want it on the middle of the page. Let's say it's not that much important. Okay? Then you type just $. Okay? So when you type $, it will give you automatically the other dollar. And whatever you type between these two dollar signs are treated as an inline math equation. Okay? So let's say I type x square plus y square is equal to c. That's the equation, no? Circle. Yeah, okay. So notice how these are completely different. X square okay, notice how they look completely different. This is within the line of your notes, and this is in the middle. So why would you need this in the middle? Let's say you have something really important. Let's say I have some integration formula. I will not be teaching entire LaTeX because it's out of the scope of this talk. You can always refer to the document I've shared. Alright? So let's say I want an integral sign. I type \int. I'm just showing you guys a demo. You don't have to worry about this. This is not part of your assignment. Okay? Let's say you want an integral of x square from 0 to infinity. So integral of x square, okay, from 0 to infinity. So the basic syntax is this symbol, alright? Wait, I have my pointer, yeah? This is my symbol, and that comes as an integral sign. Now this is the number that comes below my integral sign, so it comes here, alright? And this is exponent, so it goes above. That's the basic format of LaTeX. Now the cool thing about LaTeX, why not just use word equations? The advantage is that whatever way you write, let's say you put millions of enter line also, this renders the same way. There is no unnecessary space. Alright? That makes sure that all your equations are really high quality. There have been projects where when I submit my project, the teacher first thing he asks is this made using LaTeX? And immediately they go like, oh, nice. I know I'm going to get a full that way. It's not about the content, it's about how you present your work anyways. Okay, I'll give you guys a few more minutes. You can work on this. Just try to get this integral sign. For more, so LaTeX is really feature filled. So all your math textbooks, all your statistics textbooks are made using LaTeX only. So I'll show you an example. Let's say x square plus tan x, okay, is equal to, can somebody integrate this, x raised to 3 plus sec square x, yeah? Is it, what's the integral of tan? Sec x tan x. Derivative of tan x is sec square x. No? Okay, I'm believing you, bro. Okay. Okay. And one last tip I'll give for LaTeX is that if you ever do really need an enter line, you want this to be on the next line, you're going to type double backslash like this. Okay? It doesn't make sense here, so I'll shift it somewhere else. Let's say after this, I want an enter. Double backslash, we'll put it on the next line. Alright? So again, I didn't want to go into the details of LaTeX, but basically you can create fractions using backslash frac. And this will be the numerator and this will be the denominator. And that's how you get a fraction like this. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to just complete this. What is that? I'll send you this. Okay? You can always refer to the documentation and you can work on it. Okay? Bye-bye. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Backslash and whatever symbol name it is. So backslash pi will give you pi. Okay, Husam? Bye. No issues, bye.
Hopefully I can get the recording, right?
Yeah, we're recording, yeah.
Okay, I'll see the recording.
How is the talk so far?
I was really wanting to stay back. I'm scared I'll miss the class and attendance will be gone. That's
No, we'll send you the assignment. You can refer to the recording and do it, okay?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Enjoyed the workshop. Thank you so much. Hopefully, Claudia, I'll be able to show my notes later.
Yes, you will be doing this workshop next.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Okay, so now we're done with math. Now we're going to go into code blocks, right? This is where we math students, we computer science students need this, okay? So for a code block, you put @ and then search for code block, okay? Enter. Now whatever you type here will be highlighted for this particular programming language because I'm going to enter here. Let's just say I put Python, okay? So now I want all my code to be highlighted like in Python. So if I say print hello, it's automatically syntax highlighted. Notice how the keywords are highlighted different from your string and your braces. Alright? Now let's just say you want Java. So you can either do @ code block or you can do tilde, okay, and type whatever programming language you want. So Java. So I'll say system dot out dot println hi. It's not asterisk, okay? It's something called as tilde. It's just below the escape key. You type 3 of them and you click enter. Okay? And now as soon as you click enter, it's going to ask what programming language do you want here. And let's say JavaScript. Most programming languages are supported in this by default. Note that this is not going to run, this is not going to get executed. It's just going to format your text in a way that looks nice. So when you export it, it looks like a proper document. We'll proceed to the next one. Yeah. Dude, Anmol, just check the camera. Yeah, is it recording?
How do you add stuff like in front of equations?
Add stuff in front of the equations. Mean
Like
you want the
normal
equation in the middle of the page?
Yeah,
Middle of the line.
normal text.
Yeah. So you copy this. Okay. Now type something. Okay. A single $, and whatever you type now. So this is the for, let's say, block math. Okay. This is for an inline block. So this is within your text. So now I click enter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so type this x cube by 3 backslash frac, okay, curly brace x raised to 3. I didn't want to explain in detail because others might not understand. So curly brace is basically like a block.
Backslash bro. That's front slash.
Okay, now we're going to do something really cool. How to create diagrams from code and from text. Okay, we're going to be using something called as mermaid.js. All right, so you're going to type @ and then type mermaid. Okay, it's gonna give you this option. You click it, and now you're inside a mermaid.js block. All right. So let's say I want a flowchart. I type flowchart, and what direction I want the flowchart. I want the flowchart to go left to right. Let's just say. Okay, and I want a flowchart that goes A to B. So just from this, you generate a flowchart, and when I click somewhere else, it all hides. So you can clearly got a very high quality diagram just from code. Another cool feature is that you can change the theme of this. Ta-da! So without any changing any text, all I did was go to the 3 dots, click theme, and then what theme you want. My favorite is material. What limitation?
I thought 30.
You stopped recording?
Yeah, stop recording.
You stopped recording or it stopped?
Stop. I came back.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, we keep only.
What's going backward?
Time.
Yeah, that's how much time we can record. Limitation. So you can only record 30 minutes at a time. Okay, so Sai asked a good question. Let's just say I created this pie chart. Now how do I duplicate this? So you go inside your pie chart. You go inside your pie, click your pie chart, copy everything, right? Exit and just create a pie chart. Say mermaid, copy paste your code, and you got your same pie chart again. So you got 2 pie charts. Now I believe I went a bit fast with the flowchart, so I'm going to show you again how to create flowcharts. So flowchart, right? And what direction do you want? You want left to right, you would click LR, okay? A to B. Okay? So this is the most basic flowchart you can create using mermaid.js. I'll show you guys what complex flowcharts I have made. How many of you guys have not reached this stage? Okay, everybody is still good about it. Okay, so the cool thing about mermaid is, let's just say you want Tahir. Let's say Tahir, I go to uni and I go to home as well. So rather than creating more and more arrows, we can use shortcuts. Running out of time though. Okay, so Tahir goes to uni and home. Notice how automatically it creates both arrows without me having to create another line. And let's say both uni and home belongs to UAE. Notice how so nicely I created a graph with just one line of text. Okay? Now the cool thing about mermaid is, remember I told you about the direction? So you can always switch this direction. Currently the graph is going left to right. Now I want to go right to left. All I got to do is R, L. It swaps the direction in just one line. Now let's say I want top to bottom. I type T, B, top to bottom. So this is very cool because let's say I make presentations for a wide screen. But let's say I'm making a poster which is supposed to be viewed on mobile. I quickly just change the direction. Okay? Now I'm going to show you some cool graphs I've made. Dude, can you freeze screen? Yeah. I'll just show you some, show this and come. Freeze. Slash. Yeah. Yeah.
Bring down the pace a little bit, and after each thing it's over now, ask them if they are done with it.
Yeah, I
Or
did, but
someone-
then Surya was like in continue because they all got it.
Okay, if everyone is getting it's fine, because if someone is not getting, then they might have interest.
Okay.
So just after every point, just
Okay, I'll freeze on the screen.
yeah, if anyone
Yeah, I'm coming. Freeze.
These are 8 vertical
Python? I mean, sorry, what do you create a branch to?
You want more branches?
Yeah, so the guy has created like a one, he wants to create it on the side end.
Yeah, I'll show that. I was going to show examples first because maybe people have not reached there. Okay, if you guys are done with this, can you just raise your hands? This basic implementation, I'll show more complex ones. I know this is really cool and all, but we don't have time. Yeah, you guys have class. Yes, sir. Circle. You want a cycle? Rectangle. You want to change shape? Sir, you're already ahead. Okay. Okay. So freeze. Let's say you want different shapes. So by default, everything is a rectangle. But sir wants a circle. So let's say I want to represent people by circles. So you got to do it. So this will be my keyword. Okay. I create a round bracket, and whatever I write within the round bracket is now a circle. Oh yeah, sorry. Is that? Alright, so if you create, mermaid.js works on a lot of shapes. So you can create more complicated shapes. So let us say Tahir is a round circle. Is that okay? I'm going to show you more shapes.
Why do you need the text to type?
Yeah, so this will be my identifier. I'm coming to that. Okay, good question. So let's just say I want to separate, this is one line. Let's say my mom calls me. I want to represent that in the flowchart. So let's just say this is very complex. Let's say Ahmed Tahir is the best. Right? Okay? Let's just say my mom keeps calling me and I don't want to keep typing Ahmed Tahir is the best every time because already everybody knows it. So I'm going to type, I'll create a keyword for this. Okay? So whatever is within the circles, okay, within the shape will be represented on the screen. Now this is the keyword referring to this shape. So let's say my mom calls Tahir. So this mom will call to this T keyword which is represented by this string. Alright. Now let's just say my professor says, no, people can't be circles, it has to be a rectangle. So all I gotta do is change the circles to rectangles by using square brackets. Okay? And let's just say it has to be a rounded rectangle, you add a round bracket. Do not worry, I've sent you the documentation. So let's say I want to represent a database. Okay? I was going to show you examples, but let's say I want to refer to a database. Let's say Tahir is referring to let's say Tahir is referring to his database and getting some values back. Okay? So let's say I am doing some Python program or something and getting some value from an SQL database. Okay? And this is how you would represent it. You would use this format. Right? You're going to use rectangle and within that you got round brackets. I am going a bit fast with this because I've already shared the documentation. I myself don't remember. Half the time I was just searching what the syntax is, right? You might not remember it. There's no point in trying to remember all this. Just always keep your documentation in your hand, in your laptop. Again, because you're switching to digital, you will not be using printouts anymore, right? So all these shapes are in the Markdown documentation that has been shared to you, okay? Now, again, the cool thing I keep repeating again is you can always change the direction. So you never have to worry about, oh, am I designing in a wide way? Should I design it in a long way? You don't have to worry about that in Markdown because you can always change it, right? And let's say you want bottom to top, you can always do that as well, alright? That's flowcharts. There's so much in Markdown which I can show you. I'll just show you some examples. Freeze. Freeze. You guys can work on more examples using this as a reference. Meanwhile, I'll show you an example. So where would you really use mermaid.js? So let's say you have very complex graphs that you have to constantly change. So this is an example graph that I use for my club work. Let's say I need to create an organization chart. So rather than creating so many buttons again and again, I want to keep changing the text and exporting each time. I just change the text using this. This is an online mermaid editor, but don't worry, it's the same as what you're using in MarkText. Alright? So if you want complex graphs like this, I don't have to worry about the structure. I know definitely these both are going to be same line, this is going to be the same color, etc. And again, it's limitless, it's just code. So you can always change it. Notice how these are grayed out and dash, grayed out and dash. You can always add more customization. You can always refer to the documentation. Okay? You want to know how to do this? You do not want arrows. Very good question. Alright? Bro, how you should be here, no? Okay, so he asked, how do you not want arrows? You just want the connections, that's it. You don't want directions. So rather than this greater than symbol, I just replace it with another hyphen. Notice how you removed all the arrows. You got it? So let's say you want a particular line to be really long. Let's just say I feel like this database graph is very close here. I want to push it away. So all I got to do is add more hyphens. So database. If you add more hyphens, they just keep extending. Alright? Okay. Shall we move to the next topic? Because this itself is another world only. You want just one empty box? You just want to exist there. Yeah, you can just type whatever you want. Flowchart. LR. Tahir. Yeah. Time now. Okay. Okay. We covered everything, right? Is there anything? Okay, fine. Oh, now how to export images also, yeah?
What is the last thing?
Okay, so the last thing, I'm going to be showing two more things. One, how to add images and how to export all this. Okay, let's just say I'll just search for Google logo. Bro, I can just do it here, yeah? Don't, it's not an image. What, IMG? What is that?
It's a logo page.
Is it required? Okay, so I'm going to show you an example image. So right click, save image as. You're going to save it as something. Hi there. Okay? Then you're going to drag and drop it into your editor. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, so right click, copy image, paste. Ta-da! And technically the image is not embedded within your document. That's the cool thing about this. So if you click your image, it's actually just code like this. Where is it? It's actually just code like this. Right? This is your image name and this is your image location, which is online. If you want it to be local, you save it and drag and drop it. Alright? Since we are running out, yeah.
If it's local, does it save it as the address?
Yeah. So view. The last thing is, I'm going to show you how to export all this. Okay, now let's say we got all your notes, but now you're going to share them. And for our assignment, you're going to have to share it as well. So you click the 3 dots, File, Export. You can export as a PDF or an HTML. We would recommend sending it as an HTML. Okay, so when you click Export HTML, you say all this stuff. You're going to change the style, you can add more settings, but that's not required for now. So I'm just going to say Export. And export somewhere else. Say downloads. Okay, exported successfully. Now when you click that tick icon, it takes you to the location. Open with browser. It's exported with the equation, and this equation is really high quality. Even if you zoom as much as you want, it will still be high quality. Another option is you can export as an HTML, export as a PDF. Export. I'll export again.
Yeah, just the previous time you want to save after that.
Yeah, okay. So I have my document, okay. Three dots, File, Export, HTML. Click Export and save. Click your location. So I want to save it in my download section. So I will say Save. It already exists, so I'll click Yes, and I click here. This arrow, when you click the tick, it will take you to that location. Okay. Now, I don't know why by default you click Open with Google Chrome. Okay. Now, but let us say your professor wants PDFs. So you click 3 dots, File, Export, PDF. Export. Okay. And export it successfully. When I open it, ta-da! There's your document, and here's your free A. Okay. So I'm done with the session. Did everybody here give your attendance? Okay. So I'm going to be sending your submission form, and the task is Surya. Task. I'll send the submission link, you explain it. I'll be sending the submission link, he'll be explaining your assignment.
So basically, the assignment is basically you have to create a profile of yourself. Okay? For example, do you all know about GitHub? So basically, on GitHub, you can create your own profile repository. Okay. It's not that complex.
Yeah, I'm showing mine.
Please show.
Okay, let's say this mark text. Okay, so GitHub is basically an online repository where you can collaborate with others and host your content. Okay, so you want to show? I'll show you my avatar. So your task, bio thing. Okay.
See, so when you go to Amateur's or anyone's GitHub bio, so you can see this like this profile thing, this bio of his. You can see like text tags, this images, the symbols of different skills he knows, his GitHub stats, etc., etc. So these this bio you can create using the Markdown that you just learned. So this will be your assignment. Like, okay, editing only he can open, na? Go repositories mein.
Why don't you sign in?
Just go to repositories, no?
You go to repositories, Ahmad
Yeah.
नहीं उसको मैंने दिखा ना
Edit करना पड़ेगा. No, there's no editing इसके लिए नहीं दिखता. Profile के लिए नहीं दिखता.
Which was the end, yeah? Because there's no time. There's only 15 minutes left.
अच्छा मेरा लैपटॉप में आया.
Okay, you can freeze कर.
Okay.
Freeze it कर.
Freeze.
उसको freeze.
Also guys, small notice Wednesday में नहीं आ सकता है. मेरे लिए ये तो सकता है ना वो बाहर भी तो ऑफिस से ही जाना उसको अंतर. लास्ट वो 6-7 hours मैं वाले करा भी नहीं दिखा. Wednesday को सकता है. Also guys, small notice Next week we will be having a capture the flag competition. It's open to all streams, does not have any element of computer science, and you guys can come play it. It's mostly like a treasure hunt game which you can play online, and the winner will get 100 dirhams. Capture the flag.
Capture the flag. Poster. We'll show poster.
Okay, after this we'll show the poster.
Can I get a new file?
You want? Okay, notepad.
New tab, fine.
Okay.
This is much better.
You click it outside of that?
It's outside of outside.
Came here? You want to enter that?
Yeah, how should I? Double tap. But इसमें HTML को क्या बोलूँगा? There's HTML also, no, in this?
Yeah.
So HTML वाला नहीं बोलूँगा.
No, this thing.
Don't show HTML.
In Markdown you can add HTML, no?
Yeah, but we don't want to explain HTML. They'll get confused.
Explain करना पड़ेगा.
ठीक.
So
Just like basic.
just show them like just don't show the bottom stuff. Just add added images and stuff. Okay.
See, I can enter this.
You want to remove it?
No, I want to show them how to add emojis.
Yeah, that is also there, no? Correct.
इसमें emoji कैसे करूँगा?
You want how to add emojis?
Yeah.
Okay.
In this.
So Windows dot. What is it in Windows 8, bro? Yeah. See, I was thinking I was using on my laptop, na?
I have to go to Emojify and then copy paste.
मैं वही सोच रहा था. But like वो बहुत लंबा हो जाएगा.
मैं इस्तेमाल नहीं करता, बहुत रेयरली इस्तेमाल करता हूँ.
This is doing text type Windows lower key and dot key.
For this thing, Tahir, is there time left for hosting? We have 15 minutes left. No, assign. Okay, no.
Yeah, I don't want to pressure them. Just tell them to create a GitHub repo, bio and send it. And if somebody is willing to stay back, we can help with that.
No, but like GitHub, we can't just expect them to make a GitHub repo as one day.
Exactly.
We just got them all done basic nodes. And like majority of them
Okay, right.
You don't even know what is GitHub.
exactly. And future analysis of no use in GitHub.
Dude, why is it not?
But
It gets rendered in Word.
majority of it is not used, no? Main is like embedding your links and all that.
That is for GitHub bio, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But for documentation, you need code.
But I think it's GitHub.
Yeah, for the assignment.
That's what it does.
So we can do this. I'll send them the assignment.
Start the free. Should I unfreeze it?
Okay, so basically your GitHub README profile file, your bio will be basically some information about yourself. Like you'll introduce yourself. Hi, my name is this. What are the skills I have acquired over the years? Like these are the skills I know. These are the current projects I'm working on. For example, see, I'm currently working on this project or something. I'm currently learning this. I'm looking to collaborate on projects which deal with this technology or something. Okay, and connect with me. So basically you have to provide your contact as well. For example, here I have used the LinkedIn this thing. So what you need to do is add your link to your LinkedIn homepage or something, but you shouldn't, the heading of the link should not be text. Like I don't want it written as LinkedIn or something. I want it to be an image. For example, here as you can see, it's an
Scroll. Freeze it.
yeah. For example, here you can see it's an image. Yeah. So if I click on this image, it should render it to your LinkedIn profile. Similarly, these are the languages and tools that you know. For example, whatever language or tools you want to add, you can add, but you need to add the symbols as well. Okay. For symbols, you can always. Okay, I'll show you.
If you want. Okay.
Just type IMG Shields, and you should get this HTTPS dev2 link. Are you all following? Okay. So Basically, using this link, you can actually generate various links for badges, etc. For example, okay, just a second. Okay, for example, I want to add a symbol for HTML. I know HTML, I want to add symbol for HTML. So you can see in this website, dev.do, you can see like I can just copy paste this link. So when this link renders, it will be a symbol of HTML. Okay, so is that clear?
Yeah.
You can use images as well, but it needs to be, the size needs to be smaller. So that's why.
Could you please read the link?
Just search IMG Shields. It will be the second link, dev.to. Okay, so what all do you need to make your GitHub bio? Your name, the technologies you are familiar with, the projects you are working on, and you have to provide your contact information. You're free to, use your creativity, how much ever emojis you want to use, whatever design or format you want to use, you're free to use that. But that's the assignment. Is everyone clear with the assignment? This.
You guys can submit by tonight. No
The
hurry,
deadline is by tonight.
And our evaluation criteria will be like how creative you are, how nicely you wrote about yourself.
Yeah.
Just take as much time as you want. Try to submit by tonight so that we can evaluate and give the certificates.
Huh?
You must
By
have gotten a mail now.
Okay. So another thing which Tahir didn't mention was like, for example, if you need to embed a link within an image, so what do you do? Earlier, what's a second? Okay. So earlier, what you were doing is.
Guys, just one thing, I noticed somebody submitted their Markdown file. When I meant submission, I didn't mean what work you've done here, but your GitHub bio that you're going to be creating. Is that right? I'm going to be deleting your response. Okay? Submit this by tonight. Okay? Same form link. Delete everything else. This will be confusing for them.
HTTPS आ रहा क्या?
No, it will automatically.
ठीक है काम कर. See, for example, what?
Oh, backspace. Yeah.
Okay. So for example, what you learned till now is, in the square brackets, you type whatever you want as the label. Correct. For example, the label right now is Google logo hyphen Google search, and this is the embedded link. Correct.
This is a link, not an image. This is a link.
Link. Okay. So if you press this, okay.
Link.
Yeah, it will redirect to the website. Correct. So now, if you wanna, add an image instead of the label, what you do is you follow the same step again. Okay.
It's gonna be this image inside that link. Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, correct. Exactly. Not this one, no? Inside the link again. Inside the link you have the image. Not inside the image. Inside the link you have the image. Yeah.
हाँ, okay. So ठीक है ना? I'm just explaining this as the link.
Okay.
For example, just consider that this is your LinkedIn link or something. Okay. And now, so this is the link. You have successfully embedded the link. What you need to work on is how you will enter an image instead of the label. Correct? Okay. So now. Okay, so what you need to do is, in the square brackets, you need to add an image. Like you normally add an image.
मैं ऐड करने के लिए ये था ना मतलब just this thing ना. Now I'll do this again. Square brackets and add a new thing.
It's not important. It's the way I remember it.
It is inside that. But
You add an image, okay?
yeah,
You put the image and
this is how it will be. And in this thing, you will write the image ka next.
yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay. For example, now I'm adding the LinkedIn thing. Just follow.
Riddhi, is it recording? Riddhi, is it recording?
Okay.
Half an hour.
No, challenge is to